And we are live. Fantastic. Okay, let's get the chat up. And we're ready to go. Okay, what's up guys, I'm Caddy here, and today guys, a brand new team building video where what we're going to be doing is having a go at building around Golisopod up in Pokemon OU. So if you guys are excited, don't forget to leave a like down below. I would really appreciate it. I'm really excited to use this guy. I haven't actually had a chance to actually give this guy a go, and every time I faced it, sometimes it depends how it's been played. Sometimes when it's well played, it is very, very scary. And sometimes people do seem to be a little bit ham-fisted with it, use it a bit too early, and it doesn't seem to do a huge amount. So I think from what I've sort of gained from that and thinking about the mon itself, because I had a really big think about this guy, and one thing I think you need to do is basically save him for later game. A lot of people use him at the start, where most people have, you know, 2 or 3 switch-ins to a first impression, like for example, the Tapus, you got especially Tapu Fini and things like that, which do wall most variants of Golisopod. So it's not the most ideal Pokemon to lead off with, in sort of that sense. So what you want to do is basically build a team around it that's designed to basically wear down the opponent's team, try and get rid of any checks to it, as I said, like Tapu Fini and things like that. And then what we can do is late game come in, and each time we come in, they're going to suddenly realise that each time we come in, go for first impressions, something's going to either die or take a huge amount of damage. And we still got respectable bulk, we can keep rocks off the field, then Golisopod's going to be putting in a huge amount of work. So the moveset I've got, slightly unconventional. A lot of people like the AV set, which I think it's understandable, but I think for what we want this guy to do, we want him to wall break, and we want him to clean up late game by coming in first impressioning. We can then switch out to something else, you know, and if that dies, then Golisopod comes in, gets another kill, and stuff like that. So I think Life Orb works a little bit better with this guy. We've got the first impressions there, which, as I said, gives, if you guys don't know actually, first impressions are 90 base power move. Think of it like Fake Out, but it doesn't flinch. You can only use it in the first turn, but it's 90 base power, which is absolutely crazy. Then we got the Poison Jab there, which allows us to hit pretty much like the main switch-ins to the Golisopod, as I said, like the Tapus and things like that. It does like 80% to max HP Tapu Fini, if that gives you an idea of how much damage that's doing, so that's pretty cool. Admittedly, most of them, you know, run a bit of defense investment, but still, we're going to be Turkey-ing them, which is really nice. It does obviously struggle with Toxpex, that's our main answer to this, and I guess maybe to an extent Celesteela, though a Liquidation's still going to hurt quite a bit, so we need to just basically have answers to Toxpex that we can capitalize on. Liquidation is there as our main physical stab, with a good chance, you know, chance to lower their defense. For me, probably not very likely, but for you guys, you might have a bit of a better chance, knowing my luck, to lower their defense. And then we got the Leech Life for any recovery that we want, so that's going to be really useful. So obviously we don't have any natural form of recovery, and with a Life Orb recall, being able to get some HP back is going to be really, really useful. It is going to be post-bank Cloud9. In terms of the EV spread, a very, very simple one. We're just going max HP. This guy has great sort of all-round defenses, but its HP is its most lackluster stats. We want to invest in that, and the speed is pretty terrible, so there's not much point in investing in that either, so we're just going to keep it as it is. I mean, we could potentially just put the last 8 in there to outspeed opposing Golisopods, so maybe that's probably the best way to go from there. So I have been having a think about what we want to pair with this guy before sort of starting this. So I've got a fair idea of where I want this team to go. But one Pokemon I think could pair really well with this guy is Alolan Marowak. So they do share a weakness to rocks, I must admit. But we can find a way to get rid of rocks and also not have to worry too much about them. But I think Alolan Marowak works really well with this guy. Wherever Alolan Marowak is. There you are. Because it gives you an electric immunity, which is really nice, and mainly, you know, checks a lot of things like the Tapus, you know, not Tapu Fini obviously, but we can find ways to handle Tapu Fini, but mainly sort of Tapu Koko, and also to some extent Tapu Bulu as well, so that's going to be really nice, and also Pheromosa, just a fair number of big threats within the tier. So we're going to go for the standard Spadef set with Flare Blitz, let's see, Shadow Bone. We can go Will-O-Wisp or we can go EQ. I think we're going to go Will-O-Wisp, and then we're going to go for Stealth Rocks. So this guy gives us our Rocket to start with, which is really nice, and I'm looking forward to that. So we're going to go for 252, 248 in HP with a Careful Nature. Rufus is saying Golisopod is trash. Well, we'll give it a go. This is the whole point. We want to try and give it a go and see how it works. So I think that's going to be pretty nice for us. We will have to worry a little bit about rain teams, though. Golisopod will be able to give us a way to handle that. Name Golisopod Rufus because we're both trash. Okay, we'll call it Rufus. That's no problem at all. So I think that looks pretty good. You can either go for EQ if you want to, or Will-O-Wisp. I think Will-O-Wisp probably works a little bit better from there. So what else do we want to have on this? The one idea I did have, which helps us handle rain teams and also Tapu Fini really, really well. And just in general, it's a really annoying mon to try and beat. Also pairs very well with Alolan Marowak is Tapu Bulu. Because Tapu Bulu gives it the grassy terrain, which means earthquake damage is halved, which obviously Marowak appreciates. It can switch into all the, you know, the water moves and stuff like that without having to worry too much. The leftovers plus the subseed means that we can set up on Tapu Fini. And also we can handle most Toxapex. Most of them don't run Sludge Bomb anymore, so that's pretty nice for us. And we can put the pressure on like that. So we're going to go for Leech Seed, Sub, Protect, and Horn Leech. Because we're still hitting pretty hard with that Horn Leech under grassy terrain. So we're going to go for 252, 248, and we're going to go for a Careful Nature. That looks pretty good. From there, we are looking pretty weak to Mega Pinsir, and we do need a bit more offense going on, some more speedy offense. So what I was thinking was we could go down the Mega Metagross route, because Mega Metagross allows us to hit Toxapex hard, though knowing me, I'm probably get burnt when I go for the Zen Headbutt, but there's not much we can do about that. It gives us a good hard answer to Mega Pinsir, because Mega Pinsir at the minute runs through what we've got here, especially if it's got EQ. So having a way to be able to handle that is going to be really nice. So let's go for Zen Headbutt, Meteor Mash, Bullet Punch, because we don't have anything that's going to be particularly fast to be able to beat Pheromosa, and we want the Thunder Punch to be able to beat Celesteela, which is also a real pain. And I'm going to go for, what am I doing? I'm in Spadef mode right now. Let's go 252, 252, Timid Nature, Jolly Nature, that's it. I always get Jolly and Timid mixed up. Mega Sableye, I am not going anywhere near Mega Sableye. I have decency. I love Mega Metagross so much. It's my favourite Mega, and I had it in League format, and it was absolutely disgusting. Really, really nice. Another Pokemon I was thinking could work quite well with Mega Metagross, as sort of like an offensive pairing. Gives 64 speed to Golisopod to outspeed Marowak. Okay, that's a good shout. Let's throw that on there. So how much does Marowak reach? 126. Okay, so that gives us a good amount. Actually, we can run a little bit less if we want to. Let's see. Marowak runs run 26. Let's go for 130 so we can outspeed Marowak. That's going to be actually really nice. Can you run Thunder Punch? I can run Thunder Punch on Mega Metagross. I'm pretty sure, because we are Pokebank. Yeah, because it's pre-bank it won't work, but Pokebank it will work. So we can run Thunder Punch on this guy. So that's no problem at all. One guy I was thinking could work really well, and I really want to try again, because I had a lot of fun with this guy. And he's given some mixed reviews, I must admit. But it's Ash-Greninja, and I kind of want him to work, so I want to give him another go. And I think he works pretty well alongside Metagross, and it gives me lots of priority, which is nice. Uploads a Golisopod guide the minute you start this. Ah, well, not much you can do about that. I'm going to go for Battle Bond with the Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse. There's a bit of a Dark type weakness. We've got 2 things weak to Dark, and then 1 resist. So I think we should be okay from that aspect. Yeah, I think we should be, yeah. We can handle Dark types pretty well. I think Greninja will also help us with that. Golisopod puts pressure on them with first impression, so I think that's fine. I think we'll give this a go. So Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Water Shuriken, and U-Turn. So what I really like about this set, I personally think this is the best way to run it, because you've got the damage from both stabs, you've got the speed there, but the main thing is the access to U-Turn. So the U-Turn does a really important thing for this guy. Basically what it does is, if they've got a weakened Pokemon, you come in, then you click U-Turn and you either kill them, and then if you kill them, then you basically then I'm losing my words. Basically, then you become Ash-Greninja, you get out of there safely, and you can be used later on. If they decide to switch out, then you U-Turn, you do some damage, and then you gain momentum. So that's just really, really nice, and basically just puts a lot more pressure on their team. From there, makes them have to make a really hard decision. So I think we're looking pretty good. We do need some hazard removal here. So let's have a look. See what defog users we've got. in terms of options for that. We can defog Mega Beedrill. Use Tapu Fini or Starmie. We could go for those two. One of those two. Rob for Greninja because mixed reviews. Okay. Specs is the other option for for Ash-Greninja, but I kind of prefer the Life Orb set. Someone's cooking something downstairs and it smells really, really nice. Let's have a look. What Pokemon could work well? We obviously can't have an Omega Sizzle, no matter how much I'd like to. The Lati Twins are a fairly safe bet, but it does give us a bit of a dark weakness. But then I guess we got a couple of resists, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let's see. Tapu Fini is one option, but I don't know how well that particularly works. Mantine wouldn't be the worst. I'm just worried with 3 water types is probably a little bit too far, especially when we've got a bit of our electric weakness going on with those two. But we do have 2 resists. Why Hydro Pump? I'm feeling bold today. If you guys feel less bold, go for Scald, but I'm feeling bold. What can we got? So I think what I'm seeing is the Latios looks to be our potentially best defogger from what I'm seeing in terms of fitting on the team. As I said, it does compound our dark weakness, but then it still gives us some nice damage. Mandibuzz could be an option. I hate how passive Mandibuzz is. Yeah, George did run defog on his Mega B at one point. Let's see. Yeah, you can't have Gliscor because you can't have Poison Heal and also defog, which is a bit of a pain. Let me just put my phone on silent because it's very unprofessional. Okay, I think we'll have a look at Rapid Spinner. Not Rapid Ash. No, I don't want defog. Okay, we're going Delibird. No, we're not. You're gonna have to say that for Christmas special. Spoiler alert. Okay. What do we want to have for our spinners? I don't want to add Starmie because the extra water type isn't particularly great. Let's see, Excadrill. No, because the problem is it's counterproductive with Tapu Bulu. You can't really have Tapu Bulu and Excadrill on the same team, mainly for that reason. Delmise could be an option. Let's see, what does Ethan say? Only Mandy if you name it. Oh yeah, I would name it Riz. I wouldn't name it any other name. Yeah, we can't really go for any of these. I think we're going to go for Latios, by the looks of things. Yeah, I'm not going to go Kamala. I don't think it... I'm not the biggest fan. Delmise could be an option, but the problem is it still compounds our dark weakness, and also we've already got a grass type, so... Kamala's not bad, but... Can I actually use Delibird? I don't know. I'm gonna try and avoid that if I can. Exactly, Delmise is redundant with the typing for my team. I think we're gonna go Latios. And just give it a go. As I said, we've not got much time, so let's go for that. We can either go Life Orb or we can go Soldew. I think we're going to go Life Orb for this one because I kind of feel like we need Shadow Ball. Like, I know Aegislash is gone, so you don't really need Shadow Ball for that. But it's the prevalence of, what's it called, Tapu Lele that I'm scared of. Because otherwise, every time this guy's in, Tapu Lele gets a free switch. So having a way to be able to basically punish that for trying to be cheeky and coming in, I think is going to be really nice. So we're going to go for Psyshock, Shadow Ball, and Defog. It's not ideal because we don't have Recovery. Claydol because it's the best remover. It is the best remover. We can either go Recover or we can go Roost. I'm going to be hipster. We're going to go Recover, even though I don't think there's literally no difference. Let's go for Recover. No one ever goes to that, so let's be different. This is post-bank because Latios is post-bank. I think the rest are all pre-bank, but we won't be able to have Thunder Punch on Metagross. So let's go for Timid with max special attack. Or Flygon. Yeah, Flygon's the other option. I mean, ironically enough, Flygon wouldn't be the worst here. Except for the fact, obviously, Tapu Bulu stops that. Yeah, Soldew only gives you 20% boost to Psychic and Dragon type moves, which means our Shadow Balls are weaker. Do you think Soldew is probably better? Okay, I'll go with your guys' sayings and go for Soldew. I just like a little bit more damage on my Shadow Balls, but I guess having less damage to ourselves is probably quite a good shout. Let's set this team to be... Okay, we are Pokemon OU. And let's go and do some... Have a look on the ladder and see how it goes. We have hazard removal shown in the form of the Latias. I really don't want to do this, but we'll try for a bit. Oh, why do people hate me? He could be leading off with Toxapex. I kind of want to lead... Like, Bulu just destroys his life to an extent, so I do quite like that. What do we want to lead off with? I kind of want to lead Bulu, just because I'm expecting like a Toxapex lead just to set up spikes. I'm going to go Bulu, go with my gut, sends out Mew. Okay, I don't trust this Mew. I don't trust this Mew at all. Probably our best switch here is Marowak, if it is the Will-O-Wisping set. We may have to take a knockoff here, that's the only thing. But I can Will-O-Wisp it, and that's going to be pretty sweet. And I want to get Rocks up, because Rocks is going to be pretty huge. I'm going to Willow. You are going to knock me off. You're not going to... Already we're starting with this. This is not what I want. We are going to be able to take... Okay. The Synchronize doesn't matter. And now we're going to set up Rocks. And then we can go Ash-Greninja if we want to. And I will just U-turn on the Mew. He is going to crit us. Isn't that beautiful? The grassy terrain's pulling in our favour though. I'm just going to go for Shadow Bone here. He's going to crit us. What is this? You're going to get the defense drop, which is great. And now I can basically just keep spamming Shadow Bone. And if you want to try and recover up, you can't. I forgot Defog on Latios, did I? Oh, why did I have recover? I meant Defog. Oh, I'm dumb. I am dumb. I need to make sure he does not set up hazards against me. I'm going to go into my Ash-Greninja, or Rob, and I'm just going to U-turn. Yes, okay, so we got our Ash-Greninja going, which is great. That's why I like the U-turn. It puts them in a really difficult... Yeah, my luck is horrid as usual. It always is horrid. It is literally disgusting. I don't know what goes on with me. So the options we got, we could go Golisopod and just bait in the Toxapex, which I kind of like the look of. Just because then we can go straight into Latias, we can do what we want to from there. So let's go for that and see how it works. I'm really kicking myself. Why did I say recover? I was like, I'm going to put Defog on the end, and then I was like, oh, just put recover on. I don't know. Cool Tapu Bulu straight Boolin. I have no idea what that reference is for, but we can go for that. Tapu Bulu. I don't want to go straight Bulu, just because I'm going to cry, because he's going to burn me. Though, to be fair, is that the worst thing in the world? It's a pain. It is a pain. I'm going to go Latios here. He does go for Toxic Spikes. This is where I would love Defog, but sadly, we don't. Now I'm going to double into Bulu, because I'm expecting to switch out. If you stay in, you're a very interesting guy. Goes into Klefki. Well, you can't Toxic me. There's not a huge amount you can do. You can hazard stat me to oblivion. That's the only thing. This is why why did this happen to me? Why am I so dumb? I'm going to sub up here. Oh, goodness. That is not good. I did not expect switcheroo on Klefki. Well, that's just scuppered all my plans. Hashtag, what's that hashtag? Hashtag, Will is bigger than half the people in the GBA, so hashtag macadii for GBAC's name makes sense. Hashtag no Defog Latios. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna... I would rather give you guys proper games. Let's not just go against Stool. I I apologise. I hate how prevalent stall is on this. Okay, here we go. Here's something a little bit more reasonable. Because it's not enjoyable for you guys to watch, and if I want to ladder, I have to kind of face those a lot, but I want you guys to enjoy it. So, what do we want to lead off with? I am a little bit... he could be leading off with the Mammoth Swine, actually. But I'm kind of not expecting it. I'm kind of expecting the... I mean, do I lose a lot for leading off with Golisopod, even if I just force a switch? I'm going to go for Golisopod, I think, just in case he is lead Mamo. He does lead off with Mamo. How much do you want to get rocks up? I'm just going to go, yeah, first impression, get some damage off, which is great. Now, the question is, how likely is he going to be to switch out? Because I would expect him to switch out, considering I resist both his stabs. He's got either Celesteela or Toxapex, most likely Toxapex going in here. So I could go straight Tapu Bulu, set up a free sub. Hey, here we go. Latias O's. Okay, we'll go for that. And I'm going to sub up. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you think you can do all that? Well, I've finally got a default Latios, so you're in trouble, mate. Unless you have a Sludge Bomb. And I'm just going to be an utter douche all the way through here and get all my HP. Celesteela comes out. Now Celesteela knows what it's like to be cheeky, and actually he hasn't got... Oh, has he not got recovery? I hope not. I'm going to protect here. Out comes Mammoth Swine. And I'm just going to Horn Leech you. Oh, goodness. That's great. Okay. Out comes Celesteela now. I do kind of want to get rid of rocks, but I don't want to have to take a massive hit from something. So he is going to be going for the Heavy Slam. Most likely here. We could go Metagross. And then I can fire off a Thunder Punch. The thing is, Metagross puts in so much work. Like, I don't really want to use it. Name Metagross One Punch. I don't know if we got a nickname for that one guy. Okay, yeah, we do. So that's great. I don't know if that will fit, but we'll see. I said I do kind of want to go straight Metagross, but then on the other hand, I kind of want to preserve it for as long as possible, considering it literally destroys his team. In the team description, I will make sure to put it in the description. That's no problem at all. He does go into Celesteela. Actually, do I have much need for not protecting? Actually, I'm just going to protect here. Out comes Ninja. Okay, that's fine by me. I'm going to protect again, because there's not... Unless you're like a sub-Greninja, it doesn't make too much difference. That's the thing, he could have Flamethrower, so I'd have to watch out for that, which is why I wanted to protect. Goes for Hydro Pump. Now the question is, are you you're not Protean, you're probably Specs. Oh, and he forfeits, that's great. Okay, we're working our way up the ladder. How are we doing time-wise? I apologise, we're a little bit pushed for time today. Basically, oh god, what's this? I'm just a bit pushed for time because I'm heading off home for Christmas tomorrow, so I'm doing all my packing and I'm going straight after work, so I need to get all of that sorted. We got Darmanitan and a Shuckle going on here. I could lead off Tapu Bulu if he wants to lead off with the Shuckle. Golisopod overall looks to be our best lead though, just because we match up with a lot of his team pretty well. Out comes the Shuckle. I'm not going to bother with first impression. I'm just going to go straight for the Liquidation. We've got Defog on this guy, so we can get rid of any things, any sticky webs or rocks and stuff, which is good. This team is Golly fodder. That is definitely true. I do want Rufus to be able to get some hits off first, but we will be saving this guy for late game, because I want to be able to stop the Shuckle from setting up all these gimmicky stuff. He will have literally no switch to a Liquidation. So, yeah, Golly looks beautiful for this game. And there's no more rocks. So Golly, every time Golly comes in, I think once we weaken Tapu Koko, and I guess to an extent maybe the bit of Darmanitan, we're gonna be putting in the work. Out comes Tapu Koko. That's fine by me. I'm just going straight Marrow. Please go for an electric type move. Goes to him power. Okay, that's not ideal. It isn't gonna be enough to take us out. So the question is, what do we want to do here? Do we want to get rocks up and lose our Tapu Koko check? I don't particularly want to, I must admit. Especially when that's probably HP ground, I want to say. Okay. Because we could just click Flare Blitz here, get a kill. Or we can get our rocks up. And I really do like rocks because it helps with Darmanitan. It helps with Parting Shot Persian. And I think we've got enough tools in our belt to be able to take on Tapu Koko, I want to say. Especially with Golisopod with First Impression. I think that's gonna... You didn't show an item, that's the thing. You specs. We got time for this. I'm actually going to quickly calc this, because if I can just switch out, that makes me happier. So Tapu Koko, Hidden Power, say Hidden Power Dark for the sake of argument, versus 252, Careful. So HP Dark, a Life Orb 1 should be doing that amount, so you are specs. So I'm actually going to go straight up Tapu Bulu here. Yeah, okay, sweet. And we get a free sub up, which is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go for the sub here. Out comes Darmanitan. That's beautiful. I am going to protect here. See if you want to go for U-turn. Because you're probably choiced in some way. Yeah, okay, you're going to U-turn. I am just going to click sub again. This is why I love this Bulu set. It's... Oh, your Life Orb. Cheeky. Okay. Well, we know now. Okay, so Life Orb, Golisopod's X's. So First Impression. Okay, that's the First Impression. Should have a 50% chance to Oko Alolan Poach. Out comes Alakazam. Well, I'm still going to get a nice hit on you, even if you're Mega. Do I want to protect here? Not much point, actually, because I do get leftovers plus Grassy Terrain, plus all of my other stuff. You're going to trace my Grassy Surge? You can do that if you want. That is beautiful. I am just going to... How much damage will this do to me? I don't think that will actually do as much as he thinks it's going to do. Tapu Bulu versus Alakazam. Yeah, because a Psychic against a max HP. What about a Careful one? Considering our... Okay, you're doing 40 to 48, which Grassy Terrain has stopped, but I will get a little bit of HP back. I'm going to go for Hornly. Yeah. Yeah, because I can take that. We are going to get the Spadef drop because it's me, but what can we do about that? That's still enough health for me to be happy. Out comes the Darmanitan. I'm just going to be cheeky and go for a Protect because we didn't last turn, because I want as much HP as possible. You're just going to go all out Flare Blitz. Well, you can do that if you want. What do we want to do here? I kind of want to keep Marowak around. Latios is another option to be able to take a Flare Blitz if we wanted to. We won't take a U-turn particularly well, but I think... I feel like we kind of got to. Latios doesn't do... Latios does get rid of... We need to get rid of webs, actually. No, I can't risk Latios. Considering that specs, I'm kind of more happy with Tapu Bulu being around. He's also got Hunt answer to this. So I think we are going to go for Marowak here. Goes for Flare Blitz. That is going to blow us back. But you are Life Orb. So we could go Latios here and we could defog on the switch. That's all I need to do is Latios' main job. Considering he's got switches into Draco, he's got switches into everything that I've got here. I am just going to straight out defog and accept my fate that I'm going to get Pursuit Trapped here. Because that's my main job. And then my second job is to then be... Oh, that does not do as much as I was hoping, because you're probably Assault Vest. But that's fine. The Poison Touch is unfortunate. Now I'm probably now in Shadow Sneak range, which is not fun. Yeah. Goodness. So it looks like Mega Metagross looks to be my best switch here. And we can just Meteor Mash. I'm pretty sure that's going to kill an Alolan Muck. If he wants to Shadow Sneak, I don't think that's going to do a huge amount. And you can't Poison Touch this, so that's fine. Mega Metagross, do you do enough to an Assault Vest set? I hope you do. I really, really hope you do. I've also got a hit a 90% accurate move, and that's the thing, like, that triggers me the most. Okay. Because Greninja's probably not going to kill. Golisopod probably won't outspeed. Yeah, you're probably not going to outspeed. Or do I just go... What speed is... I need to keep an eye on the time. I got 90 seconds. Let me just have a quick look. What speed is Muck? 50 speed. And what speed is Marowak? You think first impression KOs? Do you think? Okay. I apologize, this is taking me a sec. I want to make sure we're making the right play here, because... first impressions... Yeah, actually, first impression kills. Okay, so we're just going to go Golisopod and we're going to go first impressions. That's a much easier play. And we do kill the Muck. That's great. Okay, I do want to still preserve this though. Out comes the Tapu Koko. Are you going to be going for the Dazzling meme? You're probably going to be going for a Volt Switch here. So it comes under the question, what don't I need? Okay. So we could sack off Tapu Koko. Tapu Bulu does... Tapu Bulu gives me an electric immunity, which is great. Not immunity, resistance, which is useful. Metagross is also pretty useful, though we do die to the Persian. Greninja... I need to Mega up first. But I think Greninja's probably our least useful. I'm going to go for Greninja. My gut says Greninja. Because then we get another first impressions, which is great. And if we first impression the Koko, I think we'll bring it in bullet punch range. So now I'm going to go Golisopod. We're going to have to rely on that 50% chance to be able to Oko Persian. Goes for Fake Out. Oh, you cheeky! That is... Oh my goodness, I'm disgusted right now. The counter! The absolute counter. A foul play does not do enough, though. According to... Oh, no, that's 252 adamant. Okay, so we can take a hit. So I am just going to go for... probably just a Leech Life, actually. Okay, he does switch out. That's fine. Cheeky thing. I almost clicked Liquidation as well. I just didn't want to have to lose to this guy. Out comes Tapu Koko. I'm going to Leech Life, get some HP back. Oh, this is not good. That Fake Out really... Yeah, the levels of cheek are off the chart. That was not a cheeky thing that I wanted to see there. Okay. So we could go, let's see, Tapu Bulu is an option, but then he just goes straight up Darm, and then we have to lose something from there, basically. Which would be Tapu Bulu. And considering Tapu Bulu wins versus these two, I kind of feel like I have to lose this guy. Metagross does still put in the work, so... Sadly, I think we're going to have to hope that we live. Which I don't think we do, considering this is Specs. Oh, that Fake Out really messed me up. But we still get initiative, and that's really useful. If he goes into this guy, I go Tapu Bulu. If he goes into Darmanitan, then okay, he goes into Persian. I'm gonna go Tapu Bulu here. You've got the Fake Out. You probably don't have taunts, looking at that. I'm gonna go for a sub. He does have the. See, he's got. This is the cheekiest Persian. And you didn't even bother going for the Fake Out. I am just gonna go for Horn Leech. Yeah, there's nothing I can do, I don't think. I think you must have Foul Play to finish with. Okay, I think we're going to lose Tapu Bulu here. And have to rely on... Actually, no, we sack Metagross here. Because then we've got Tapu Bulu to finish up with Tapu Koko and versus Persian. Okay, I think we might have this, maybe. I'm going to go straight up Metagross. Please go for Flare Blitz, kill me. Please die to Recoil. Okay, you don't die to Recoil. That's going to be game. Unfortunately. I had to hope that you took enough to be able to die from Recoil there. It was not looking good, but... we are going to Horn Leech here. And we are going to die. That's unfortunate. Oh, that stupid Alolan Persian messed me up good. Oh, goodness. That was a real shame. But anyway, I'm looking at the time. Unfortunately, as I said, I am a little bit pushed for time today, so I do apologise. This is a much shorter stream than we normally do. In terms of when we're going to be streaming next, if you go on my channel page and see from there, I might be able to squeeze some streams in between Christmas and New Year, but because I'm going home, and I've got family there and stuff like that, I don't know how much I'll be able to stream, or if I will be able to stream. But anyway, I did have some fun with Golisopod. That Fake Out. Who even runs Fake Out on that guy except for Golisopod? But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like down below. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys at the next one. Macadii out.